Hello and welcome to the Talking Shop podcast. My name is Michael. I'm joined by Jacob. It's Cobb. We are Joshless today. How
For
do you
now.
feel about that? How do you feel
For
about
now.
that, Jacob?
He will be here momentarily, but it's the inmates
Yes.
running the asylum.
Yeah, he's got like a shop to run. So
We do the talking
customers
part. He
fir-
does the
yeah.
shop part.
Customers first. That's what makes him a good shop owner. Great shop owner. So, Jacob, let's jump into this. How about hit us with the rundown?
All right, so we're going to do a very quick weekend recap and talk about the NCAA tournament and looking ahead to the next Grand Slam card show. Do we have a date for that?
It's sometime in April, and
Gotcha.
Grand Slam sponsors it. It is Top Sports Promotions. That's Jeremy, is his company. So, but yeah, sometime in April.
All right, and then in hobby news, we're going to talk about $1 million cards, believe it or not. Paul Skenes 101 debut patch just sold for over 1.1 million, while Jackson Holidays went for a cool 198K. I wish I had a cool 198K. A Charizard inspired bat knob card featuring Evan Longoria coming up in a Topps product, and it is pretty awesome. Plus, is Cosmic Chrome football worth a rip? We're going to take a look at some of the card arts. Opening day is around the corner, so who makes the hobby's most valuable lineup? We break it down position by position. But first, Michael, how was your weekend?
It's good. It's almost now that we're doing this. Excuse me. Now that we're doing this midweek, it seems a little funny.
Yeah,
Talking about our weekends. Like I'm old and crusty. I barely can remember what I'm doing, what I did yesterday. Like the weekend is forever ago, but I do remember playing golf, taking advantage of this beautiful early spring weather. So I played a little golf. It's really bad. My golf game's bad. And then just some family stuff. So I'm going to speak for Josh. This is what he always says. The shop was good. We were busy. Oh, really, really thankful that the shop was busy. The shop was busy. So hopefully that was an accurate quote from Josh. How about you, Jacob? How was your week?
I'm trying to think. I don't have a clue in the world what I did this past weekend. I couldn't tell you one thing.
Dude.
We might have to replace it with weekend recap to something else. How was your Monday and Tuesday?
Yeah, that doesn't have a good ring to it.
But no, I honestly have no idea. I might be going to Atlanta this weekend for a convention.
Oh, what's in Atlanta?
It's something called Toy Atlanta. I heard about it. I knew it was coming up, but I looked at it last night. I said, this was one of those like 1 a.m. thoughts. I might drive to Atlanta this weekend. So
it's an easy drive. You got to go to Atlanta, go to the Toys-R-Rama. What is it called? What was
Toy
it?
Atlanta.
Toy Atlanta. And then go stop by Cards HQ.
Oh, your buddy. Yeah.
Hey to Jeff Wilson for us.
Tell him Michael sent me.
Yes. And he'll go, yeah, that's that Asian guy that can't do math.
Man of culture.
The one dude. So Jacob, you're a tall guy.
I've heard.
And there are a bunch of tall guys playing in what is a very highly entertaining basketball tournament, the NCAA tournament. Do you watch any college basketball at all?
My college basketball experience is I went since I went to Winthrop and Rock Hill. I was in Texas Roadhouse one day with some friends, and we were talking about a couple of the basketball players that we had classes with. And then I was like, they're not that tall. It's not that impressive. And then one of them that is that tall walks in, and I'm like, yep, he's pretty tall.
Yeah.
And I'm 6'6", and I was like, that dude's giant. So that's my college basketball take.
If you had to, because I tried to force it upon you and Josh, the whole college football thing. If you had to measure your viewership of college football versus college basketball, which one have you watched more of?
I don't even know what channel they're on.
Oh, look who has decided to join us.
Welcome to another episode of the Talking Shop podcast. I almost feel like my face doesn't even look real. That filter makes me look like an airbrushed Instagram model. And that bothers me. I'm going to have to turn that off.
I was thinking more mannequin, but that works too.
Yeah. Or like a those movies where they do human robots.
iRobot.
Kind of scary, but you do have a bit of a Lex Luthor thing going on.
Not bad.
So I will give you that.
Lex Luger, the wrestler. Oh,
no. Well, probably now. Yes,
I can turn down. You can turn down the touch up. So, oh well, I'm just gonna have to look like a robot for now while I eat my Funyuns.
Oh,
they should serve Funyuns with a Tic Tac.
But I guess college football, I've watched more. I try since my sister was at USC when I was very, very young, so like naturally I was a Gamecocks fan. I probably watch a couple games a year, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And then I watched college basketball when I was at Winthrop because they were not half bad. But other than that,
well, pull up the bracket, and you guys will. So, as you know, if you've listened to this podcast before, I am an Auburn guy, a very, very frustrated Auburn football fan, but lo and behold, Auburn has turned into a basketball school. They were the number 1 overall seed. They're the number 1 seed in their respective bracket, and they have made it to the Sweet 16. Josh, I asked Jacob this. I asked Jacob this. Do you have you watched more college basketball or college football? None, and you have a bracket? Shame on you.
So some friends at church did a bracket, and I jumped in just to do it. I am in second place, and I have a 94% pick. I don't know. Is that good? What do you have?
Yes, there are. I did not do one because I wanted Auburn to do well, so I didn't even do a bracket. And for a long time there, we've talked about this before. I think it was Warren Buffett he was paying out $1 billion if you had a perfect bracket. We're to the Sweet 16. There are no perfect brackets left.
Yeah, I saw a stat the other day. Man, I probably should have saved it for this show. Maybe I did, but it's about the odds of a perfect bracket.
Yes, and then you said that last year, and then you threw in something about shuffling a card deck or something.
Oh yeah, that's still my all-time favorite stat. But yeah, it's like 1 in 9 quintillion or something like that. It's something just unfathomable.
Yeah.
But
So who do you have in your bracket? Who do you have winning?
So I have what 25% of all brackets have is Duke. That's who I picked. I just wrote
win
Cooper flag. Yeah, it says on ESPN the most picked champions. 25% of people picked Duke, 21.3% picked Florida, and 10.6% picked your Auburn. 10%.
Well, we could, if you scroll down, Jacob. So there's Auburn, Michigan, Duke, Arizona. Scroll down. Old Miss, Michigan State, BYU, Alabama. Scroll down to the bottom half of the bracket. Florida, Maryland, Houston, Purdue, Texas Tech, Arkansas, and Kentucky, Tennessee. We could easily have an all SEC Final Four, which I don't know if anybody would have picked that. So
interesting. I don't know what any of that means, but that would be interesting. I have a feeling.
Unbelievable. It's like I'm by myself here on an island. Why don't we talk about some wrestling or something?
Hey, let's do it.
You guys. No.
Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes.
All right, let's jump off the whole college basketball thing. The only reason why I brought it up is I was able to brag about Auburn for once on this podcast. Josh, we were kicking around the dates for the next show coming up. That's in April, correct? And it's
April 12th.
There you go. Mark it on your calendars. At this time, if you're going to a show, baseball season's about to open up. What would you expect people to be looking for as far as good value this time of the year?
Well, people are going to overpay for Skenes because I say overpay because he's a pitcher. So one thing we've noticed on our eBay store here in the last few days, we've been selling a good amount of Mike Trout. I don't know exactly why, other than maybe the season's getting close and people are getting fever, and maybe his stuff's a little low for him if he has a big year. But I have given up the prediction on Trout. I think if he stays healthy, he'll have a monster year. I predicted MVP last year. I was on pace to be correct until he got injured.
You can count on, you can count on him having a monster half of a season.
Yeah, I mean, if he's like Acuna, if he stays healthy, he'll be good. He'll play well. I need to see a full Trout healthy year before I'm back on the Trout bandwagon, which is totally doable.
Yeah.
But
Jacob, on the non-sports side, Jacob, for card shows, do you think now would be a good time for the whole Marvel thing to pick up some Marvel stuff before they hit their stride?
I know we talked about it a little bit in like the pregame, but like they just started teasing who's going to be in Doomsday, and we were talking about what is it? They're starting production now. Yep. So like, if Fantastic Four comes out in a couple months and it's as hot as everybody anticipates it being, it's going to be a nice push into the next two Avengers movies. So maybe, especially those autographs. I don't know about the comic cards so much, but maybe like the MCU related stuff definitely wouldn't hurt.
Well, we talked about this dude in the pregame, Josh. We were kicking around because Jacob, believe it or not, has never seen anything that has featured Pedro Pascal.
Mandalorian? I don't like the dude. I think he's been a Hollywood has gotten the machine has gotten behind him because he's a real outspoken nut in real life. Like, I don't know.
I've never heard anyone say they didn't like him. So there's your hot take, Michael.
He's just Mr. DEI, I think. I don't know. I'll be controversial, but I mean, as a person, I have nothing against the guy. These people I don't have anything against.
Clearly, you do, Josh. You just said you did.
I don't like how Hollywood gets behind one person and now all of a sudden they're in everything, and they just happen to be aligned with like all the Hollywood beliefs. It's just I don't like they pick their golden boy and then they pump and they put the machine behind him. He does a great job. I like The Mandalorian. He did a great job in it, and I'm just not a big fan of him. But if he came here, I would be nice to him. It's not like I'm like, oh, I'm not going to like throw Molotov cocktails at him or anything like he's Elon Musk. But wait, we can't get too political here. It's a card chop show. But I am surprised you haven't seen The Mandalorian, though.
I can't dive into Star Wars because I'm too deep in other stuff that it would be bad for the wallet. Yeah,
I mean, and Mandalorian, season 1 is really, you could watch that and be content probably, but yeah, it was really good. He did a good job in that. I don't know what else he's in. I tried watching again. That's the other one. What was the one with the was it zombies with him in it?
Oh, The Last of Us. I enjoyed The Last of Us.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that. I like him as an actor. He's funny.
Sleeve it says we're canceled. Does that mean I don't have to do this every Wednesday? Go ahead, cancel us.
Bye. See ya. No, I think this is a good time if you are looking for football. There's not a lot of buzz around football right now. I know we're going to talk about a football release, but we're past the draft. Russell Wilson went to the Giants.
Stephon Diggs went to the Patriots. This might be a Drake May time. I'm not personally buying Drake May. He's just one of those. There's too many of these young quarterbacks you can get burned on. If you get lucky and buy his stuff cheap now, you may hit a home run. But I just like to wait till they're a little more of a for sure thing and then pay a little bit more.
But I think if you're going to do that, this is the time of year to do that. I mean, everybody's thinking baseball now. So, let us know. Let us know in the comments. There's some card shows coming up, these springtime shows. Baseball is going to be really hot. Basketball is starting to pick up. They're heading towards their playoff season. So drop it in the comments. Who on the football side of things are you wanting to pick up now? And we've actually got a release coming up that I'm super excited about because I love that SKU. So, all right. How about a quick word from our sponsor? Oh, no. We're not do that. We've got Josh here. I was prepared not to do that. Not to do new in the shop because you weren't here. You jumped in. What's new in the shop, Josh? And then we'll play the program.
Yeah, I don't know how fast Jacob can get my pictures up there, but there are 3 things launching today in the shop, and we have them all on the calendar. The first one is the debut edition of Panini Encore Football. These are hobby boxes, 1 auto, 1 mem per box. Not super expensive. It's got I'll tell you. It's got some cool chase inserts apparently, and it says it's featuring Pinnacle and Pacific brand, which
interesting.
Yeah, I have yet. We just got it out. It's priced and on the shelf. I haven't seen any of it opened yet personally, so I don't know what the cards look like, but it's a hobby football licensed product. It'll do well.
Is it so there is it says find 1 auto. Does that say or and?
And 1 auto and 1 mem card per box. And I would assume there's going to be serial numbered stuff in there.
What's this priced at?
I think it's like
looks like $225.
Just a smidge over 200. Yeah.
Oh,
how'd you know? Bad. Can you see the picture? Does it say that?
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. My old
yeah,
eyes.
224. So yeah, not too expensive.
What else we got coming?
The next one is Heritage High Number for 2024. So this we've got hobby boxes and blasters competitively priced. It's not crazy. It's 2024, so Skenes will be in that, I would assume, right? That's going to be its high number, so I would assume Skenes will be in that.
Josh, do you have enough of this to run a break? I'll come out to you, and I'll do that break if you need somebody to do a baseball break.
Probably not, but
okay. And for you guys who may not have watched this or caught us before, Josh, while he could do a lot of breaks if he wanted to, loves to keep inventory on the shelves for his local customers. That's his priority.
Yeah. So. And my longer answer was, let me see how it sells in the shop, because sometimes a product is just not a local favorite and it'll break really easy online. And sometimes vice versa. If I don't want to have a couple boxes set aside for a break and people walk in and I'm like, sorry, I don't have any. So that's the dilemma. I got a lot of blasters. And blasters are only like $25.
Well, and you can coach your guys in the shop to talk about the 1-of-1 Skenes Topps updated card that you can find in this product.
Yeah.
To appease the Google review dude.
I logged in, dusted off the old Whatnot account. Just a little heads up. I think the shop needs to probably look into that a little bit. So, stay tuned for more info on that. People like the live Whatnot style better than the fill it and go live once it's filled style. So, you know me, if you can't beat them, join them. I don't like Whatnot, but we have a Whatnot account and a page. And so I'm going to dust that off, update it a little bit.
Nice.
Maybe toy with it very, very soon. So, and then there's another product that launches.
Before we get to that one, Michael, I have homework for you because I know Josh will have a crazy stat every week. I got one for you. A little bit of research. I want you to find out how many times Shohei has been a cover athlete on a product since he's been in the MLB.
17. I don't know. That's his number, I think.
I think that'd be something cool to figure out.
I'll have that for you.
Jacob thinks he can hand out.
Does this count? I guess this counts. Not a solo cover athlete, just a cover athlete.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. What are we looking at here, Josh?
These are 2025 Topps Series 1 Celebration Mega Boxes. So it's Series 1 Topps Baseball in the Mega Box form. Little pricier than a regular Mega Box. They do one cool thing about this is they do mascot patch autos in it. They also do, there's a couple rare chase inserts like Big Head. Jacob is nodding like he's agreeing with what I'm saying.
I'm going to look it up. I want to see what the patch autos look like.
Yeah.
I will be very disappointed if the autos are clearly done outside of them wearing the suit. They need to sign these while they're wearing it, and they're going to be terrible autographs.
Depending on what costume they wear.
Oh, come on.
That's awesome.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, those look Wally the Green Monster. That's kind of cool.
Come on, Wally. Sign it in your uniform. There's no way you sign. Wally, you did not sign this wearing the outfit.
Hey, they might have it down. He's probably signed a lot of autographs in costume.
Kind of like they do at Disney.
That's clearly.
It says they're not the only inserts making the jump over from opening day. Walk This Way and Dugout Peaks are other short printed inserts. And then the big heads. You get those game day drips. You get several of those per box. They're not rare. They're just kind of funny and cool. But do they show any of the big head?
Just these 4 cards.
I just want to see a big head. I bet you those look pretty cool.
And then a long checklist.
Kind of cool. That might be a nice little rip. I may have to grab some and not preview. It'd be a post view release day video. All right, now, Jacob, hit us with the promo.
Are you looking to get your cards graded? Well, here at Grand Slam, we've simplified the process of submitting and getting a card graded. All you have to do is drop off your cards and kick your feet up, while our transparent tracking ensures that you are up to date with every detail along the way. When you log into our website, you'll immediately be greeted with each card in the grading process, along with where it's at in the process and its final grade. And with over 1,000 submissions and some of the top cards across the country being submitted through us, we have become a well-trusted source to handle and submit your cards. So you can do more collecting and leave the chore of grading to us. So don't sit on grading your cards. Get them submitted today at Grand Slam, where grading's made easy.
All right, Jacob, what do we have to start things off with Hobby?
We have opening day's most valuable lineup for positions. Let me get this tab pulled up.
This was cool. This was good. Josh, did you see this post?
No, I have not.
So the most expensive opening day lineup by highest card sale. So let's go ahead and get through these. So the first one is Skenes. Obviously, we'll talk about this card later. 1.11 million on the for the pitcher. Adley Rutschman is the highest selling catcher right now. 19.2K.
What a jump from 1.1 to
I wonder what the is it just like how recent is sales? Because obviously it wouldn't be the most expensive catcher card.
I think
maybe
it's
active players.
I think it's active opening day rosters is what this is. So what's that next one? So Adley.
552 for Vlad.
For Vlad Jr. 552. Wow. So at so they're having Nuki at second base. That's interesting. It's this puts it in perspective. Toggle back between the two, Jacob. So Vlad's, who's a great player. This isn't throwing shade at Vlad, but he's not the player that Mookie Betts is. So what if you're just listening to this? So on screen is a BGS 10 Vlad Guerrero Jr. Maybe it's because it's a BGS 10. And that sold for 552. And then the next card is Mookie's, which is an auto Gem Mint 10. 120.
Mookie is he's always been undervalued.
That is amazing to me.
Remember though, Vlad was a rookie in like 2019 product, so he was a product of that high COVID pricing 2020 era. So that card probably sold, unless they're putting a stipulation, these are recent sales. That Vlad card probably sold when he was really hot
at the peak. Yeah, at the peak. But they're gonna have to hold that thing until he gets into the Hall of Fame. All right, what's the next one? Third baseman. This is a little shocking to me.
That's a low price position, apparently.
Yeah,
maybe this is
Nolan Arenado. And then again, if you toggle back and forth between Nolan and Arenado, who is more than likely going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And then
Arenado.
De La Cruz.
Yeah.
This is a superfractor auto, but this sold for $360,000. Wow. Okay. Trout, we just talked about him. Look at that.
Yeah.
Seems like majority of these are BGS.
Yeah, well, some of these are going to be older as well. That's why. So Trout in the outfield.
3.8
in the outfield, right? Yep. 3.8.
Yeah, this is a surprising one.
Yikes.
That was,
Jason
again,
Dominguez.
COVID era, probably. What year is that card?
2020.
2020.
Yeah, so
Bowman.
he was super highly anticipated. It was during that peak of pricing.
And then Judge.
And again, this was probably sold pre-COVID.
And Jacob, you made a great point. A lot of these are in BGS slabs because they're just these were all put in slabs before before Beckett really took a nosedive.
Jacob, click on over there when someone says, "How did the Judge only do 324?" Click on the reply. See if other people have the same thoughts as me.
Nobody expected him to do what he did. It's worth a lot more now.
It was years ago. It would be 2 to 3 if it sold now. Yeah, so they're saying if that card sold now, it'd probably be 2 to 3 million, maybe. So
interesting.
A lot of the pricing is a little skewed because Dominguez and De La Cruz are a product of newer, and Judge and Betts and Arenado are probably product of older sales.
Is the last one a DH, which would be Shohei?
That's his most expensive sold card, I guess.
The only black label.
Black label. Jeez.
My goodness. Yeah.
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I remember
what would be very feasible is in 5 years, Shohei would be on this list twice. Could be on this list twice for pitcher and DH for highest.
I remember when there was a 2018 bounty on his superfractor. One of the first bounties I remember ever being in the card industry, where they were putting a bounty on his superfractor to get pulled. And I think at the time it was like, I think it was a couple $100,000 because this was pre-COVID, which was insane back then. I even remember a picture of the guy when it finally got pulled. They did an article and he was holding the card. And yeah, I just wonder where that card's at nowadays.
Yeah.
And if it were to sell, if it would outsell that black label.
I think so. Jacob, what do we have next?
Up next, we have a really cool relic card coming out. And I don't know if it said what product it is. It probably does.
This is
Tier 1.
Tier 1. That's going to be a monster card with the hype of Pokemon right now.
Do you think you could see Pokemon people going after this?
I know. I was going to ask that.
Probably the big names. Like
there are big name Pokemon buyers out there that might. I mean, think of some of the biggest Charizard collectors out there.
Ball.
I mean, this is a bat knob that Longoria legit used, right? He was kind of known for using this. Yep. I wonder if he just had one.
I think the photo has it. I think the photo up there is of the bat knob. I could be wrong.
Crazy. This is as close to a perfect card as you could get. Not condition-wise, but thought out. This is fantastic. It transcends baseball. And even though, I mean, Evan Longoria may have a shot at the Hall of Fame. I'm not sure. I haven't seen his numbers. What are you laughing at?
Just one of the comments that said we got a 1-of-1 Charizard before GTA 6.
I don't get it.
It's a running joke. Crazy things happening before the next GTA comes out.
Oh,
yeah, because it takes so long.
Oh, okay.
12 years in the process.
So if I'm reading this right, this is a post from Evan Longoria.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beautiful. A few beautiful hits I just signed from this year's Topps Tier 1 baseball. I inscribed a few for you all. Whoever finds a Charizard, that knob, please hit me up. Is he is he insinuating that he wants this back, or he just wants to be mentioned if he gets it?
This is
I
his
bet he
actual
wants-
post.
I bet he wants a shot on it, a shot with it, buying it back maybe.
This is
Okay.
his actual post.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say this card is going to be one of the most chased after cards this year. I think that's a little bit of a hot take.
He's long in the tooth, right? Like he's in the sunset of his career. He doesn't have very many years left playing. This may end up being his swan song.
If this were, let's say, Trout or Ohtani or a big player, this would be the most sought after. It's got to be, but because it's Evan Longoria, that's why it's a little bit of my hot take. Like, I still think this card will be. Sleeve It says would be nice if they centered the bat knob better. Is it not centered very well?
No, not at all.
Oh yeah, I see the white on the right side. Is that what it's? Yeah.
Maybe
I do think it's cool that he posted
angle
this himself.
Yeah.
With other cards that he signed.
It's just crazy. So that's part of the bat, relic. What else? Is that it? So some jerseys.
Someone says, "Sorry, Evan, if I find that Charizard knob, you are not getting it back."
Getting it back. Oh,
money talks, baby.
Well, yeah, Jordan Enthrall. If Evan Longoria stroked you a check with some zeros in it, I'm sure you'd be getting that back to him.
I like that he put jersey match on this one, the 10 out of 10.
Still.
Yeah, I mean, I like the trend of players doing some fun stuff like this, you know.
Have you seen it? So Victus is a bat manufacturer. They're coming out with these crayon bats.
The Crayola bats.
They look super cool. I know that
Kyle Tucker.
Who's the second baseman for the Phillies? He was a rookie a couple years ago.
It wasn't Kyle Tucker that had that bat?
No, it's a different bat. It's a pencil. It's the pencil bat.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, the pencil bat. My kids have been looking for that. They wanted one of those.
Oh, yeah. Super cool. Super cool. All right.
I thought it was Kyle Tucker. I guess not. That used that pencil bat.
Nope.
Just to show what you were talking about.
Yeah, there it is. That's awesome.
It's amazing it's amazing it takes us this long to think of that stuff. And us by society. You know, like.
Yeah, but Josh, you and I played baseball. Like, you were a good baseball player. I was an okay baseball player. But we both are old enough to know that feeling when somebody hit a home run. We lived in the generation to where then everybody else would use that bat. There was like 3 bats for the whole team. Now it's every kid has their gamer, their practice, their wooden practice, and then a drill bat. They have 4 of them. And if you look at the price, Jacob, is there pricing on those Victus
$200 or $150 to $200?
I guess
that seems reasonable. I was going to say $300 to $400.
Yeah, if I remember, like my kids were looking for one of those pencil bats, and they don't even really play. They just wanted to have one to horse around with, and I was like, that would be cool to have one of those. And they were hard to find and expensive.
Yeah. All right, Jacob, what do you got next?
Up next, we have Cosmic Chrome.
One of my favorite brands that Topps puts out.
We will have this.
And I hope you have a ton of it because I love this.
I would love to have a ton of it. I'm the very small pessimist in me is going to be like, I doubt I get a ton of this, but
I mean, look at that Cosmic Dust.
Josh, do you need this card?
I need that card.
Clearly shots fired across the bow of everybody that loves the Color Blast parallel. This is amazing. What other previews? Look at that.
Cosplay.
Keep going.
Star Command.
Yep. The only thing that's going to obviously to keep these boxes from being $800 a box is it's just going to be those rookies, all the old retired guys, and only a couple current guys. Because when they can start doing Josh Allen and Lamar and Mahomes, and they have logos on this stuff's going to be the new Prism. I've been saying it for weeks. These Topps products, once they're licensed, it's going to be crazy.
And this is Jacob and I were talking about this in the pregame about the planetary set
pursuits
to where the further away it gets from the sun, the more rare it is.
Yeah.
Super cool. Keep going through these.
And Pluto was not a part of that checklist, Michael. We were talking about that.
Pluto's not a planet.
Demoted.
It got replaced.
There we go.
Yeah, it got replaced.
By who?
Something called Eris. I'm trying to look it up now. It's another dwarf planet. It's about the same size as Pluto, but it's 3 times farther from the sun. Good Lord. According to NASA on Google.
Well, there you go.
Hashtag NASA's fake. Oh. So if I'm getting canceled, might as well go down in flames.
I hope the AI picks that up and that ends up being a short, because that's fantastic. Jacob and I were talking about why they haven't made Topps Cosmic Chrome Star Wars. Makes zero sense. Why
give it
they
time.
haven't done that.
Michael, ChatGPT, and I then created a whole entire lineup with inserts and parallel names and all the planets that it could have been. The product's ready. We just got to print it.
Yeah. Topps fanatics, just come see me later today.
Because, they don't have access to any AI.
No.
Or they would have already done it.
Yep. All right. Let's round out hobby news with a couple cards that we've actually talked about in previous episodes. So the first one is the Jackson Holliday debut patch. Pull that up. There we go. Ungraded. So this is raw. The 1/1 debut patch, the Jackson Holliday, sells for a shade under $200,000.
This is a player that needs to have a strong sophomore season. Like, he needs to show everybody that he's young and he's headed in the right direction, and each season's going to get better as he gets more experience. If he comes out and bats 220 and hits 11 home runs and 60 RBIs, he's going to just be locked into that. Okay, he's going to just be an average player with a big name.
What's tough is that Orioles organization is completely stacked. They are stacked. They're probably having a hard time finding a place for this kid. I mean, he plays shortstop, and then Gunnar Henderson's just sitting there.
Yeah. He's going to be an everyday player, right? He's going to be a starter and an everyday player, I would assume. If he's not, then what?
The nightmare scenario for him, hobby-wise, because the hobby loves a player that sticks with the team for a long time, is they're going to use him as trade bait for some pitching. I could see that happening because he's a big name. He's going to put butts in the seats.
Yeah, but
I would hate that for the kid.
He's not going to put those butts there. He got called up, did really poorly, sent back down, came back up, did really well. Now he's got to do really well. If he does poorly again, it's just going to be, he has to have a good season, in my opinion.
So knowing what you know about him and some other MLB debut patch sales, was this higher or lower than you thought?
That's probably a little higher. I thought Skenes was like $500,000 just because of the hype machine behind it. And Jackson, I mean, these are nutty prices, but all it takes is some millionaires that 198 is not that big a deal for, and they just want it because they want it. Even if they turn around and sell it for 50 one day, it doesn't matter to them. These are the types of people that are buying these.
Here's your hot take, and go ahead and toggle over to the Skenes one and the final price for that. 1.11 million. Here's my hot take. In 5 years, the Jackson Holliday card will sell for more than this one does if it resells.
Yeah. So you're saying if you took both of those cards, put them side by side and ran them at auction, Jackson's would sell for more.
In
Not
5
that
years,
would sell
I think
for 1 point.
No, I think Jackson Holliday's card, if both of these hit the market at the same time, 5 years from now, Jackson Holliday's card will sell for more. Period. There's the hot take. Pick that up.
No, I mean,
Mr. AI.
That's a fair take.
But I think the next post or the next link uncovers who paid this 1.1 million, which I thought was super interesting and why it was so high. Go ahead and click that next link.
Oh, to add to the conspiracy theory, all the controversy surrounding this card's origins.
Yes.
I don't have another link. This is the
That
only one
Instagram post there. Oh no, this was the one that if you guys are just listening, it says the 11-year-old boy who pulled the Skenes patch card sold it for 1.1. Skenes will earn $875 this year from the Pirates. It's crazy that kid's he's not gonna make more. Actually, after taxes, he'll still make more. But and I apologize for not having the post, but Dick's Sporting Goods bought this card. That was revealed.
I did remember hearing that. Yeah.
And so you guys can confirm that for me. I don't know. So in the comments, I thought I saw that come across my feed from several sources.
And that backs up my point of whoever's buying these cards. These numbers are just numbers. They're just moving around on a spreadsheet. It's not that big a deal. They probably sell since last year. I mean, the amount of just retail sealed product that Dick's sells is astronomical. And so this is just a drop in the bucket.
Oh yeah. Across the company, they probably do that in a day.
Yeah.
Right. Across online and in stores.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter if it sells for $100,000 or $50,000 in 5 years. Doesn't matter.
It's going to be on display in the Pittsburgh store.
Yes, it says we are passionate about bringing fans closer to the game. Acquiring the Paul Skenes MLB Debut Patch enables us to celebrate his talent while giving our athletes an opportunity to experience a piece of baseball. Our athletes should be our customers, right? Not our athletes.
Well, their customers are athletes.
Some of them are. I shop there too, so I don't count. We're thrilled to announce that this card will soon be coming to our Pittsburgh House of Sports store, where it can inspire the next generation of athletes.
Here's my crazy stat. I think I bought this shirt at Dick's. I did. So this sweater that I'm wearing,
Paul Skenes
from Dick's.
There you go. You're officially
I'm part owner. Technically, I'm part owner of that card. Shareholder of that card. Yeah, you got to think too. They probably considered some of this, any company, but some of this is advertising and marketing. So everyone's talking about Dick's Dick's. Why would Dick's buy a card? They sell baseball cards at their store. Do they? And they probably will do more than $1 million in sales off of.
Well, read that second comment, Josh. That's your point exactly.
Spent 1.1 million on this card, but you can't make hockey.
No, not that one. The next one.
The one below that. Instead of paying $8 million on a Super Bowl commercial, pay 1.1. Yeah, get tons of news media across the world. Still own an asset. Put it on display in your store with customers. Yeah, it's a great move.
Tons of
Cow
news
Kid.
media?
Cow Kid won. Good
tons. Take. I'm sorry.
Huh?
Skenes is. I don't know why I don't buy into that. It'd be different, right? If Dick's Sporting Goods in LA bought the most expensive Shohei card. More people care about Shohei than Skenes, but
you mean to tell me that Louis Dunn's not going to go in the Pittsburgh store and
who?
Paul Skenes' girlfriend or whoever?
Oh, I'm sure they're going to pay her to make an appearance.
Exactly, which is even more.
Yeah, while Shohei's a bigger name, there's no card that had more word of mouth talk about than this card all year.
No, I get it.
I mean, I had random people that know nothing about cards from church and whoever else talking about that Skenes card.
Yeah.
And know nothing about cards. So this I would, like the dude said, way smarter than paying $8 million for a Super Bowl commercial we will all forget. Pay $1.1 million for a card that we won't forget and we will talk about.
Oh, we're gonna forget it. The moment
Topps podcast.
Yeah. Well,
Dick's is getting free advertising right now. I'm even wearing their gear.
The moment Topps gets the football and basketball license, people will forget about this card.
Well, you better go on down to Dave Lyle and get your check before that happens, Josh.
I'm frozen. So now this helps me because I'm using StreamYard's software. So that means it wasn't OBS. It's this camera, which is good news. So I'm kind of excited that all I have to do is replace that camera. This one's probably the one that's malfunctioning. So be right back.
I would like to see how they do a proper display in their store. If that's something that Dick's is actually like leaning into, I am anxious to see that. And where they're going to put it in stores.
Cardboard cutout of Skenes. Selling a bunch of baseballs and gloves. I don't know.
Just a random $1 million card beside them.
We'll see. Here's the thing. It'll be interesting to see how long it's displayed there and what it's going to take for it to disappear. Like, do they pull it the minute this kid has to go for Tommy John surgery in August?
Are you insinuating that this card's going to get Epsteined?
I'm laughing.
We're just trying. We're just trying to get.
Are you thinking someone's going to take this thing, or they're going to be ashamed and pull it?
They're going to pull this thing.
Okay.
Like this, if Skenes goes out and goes 0-6 with an 8 ERA, is this card going to stay out there? If he has season-ending injuries, how long is it going to stay out there? Welcome back, Josh.
I mean, I don't think they're going to permanently display it in a store. I think they'll take it around when they do big events and stuff like that. I don't think it's like go down to the Dick's in Pittsburgh and go see the card itself.
It's not like a Dick's Sport. This doesn't turn the Dick's Sporting Goods into a destination to go to. I'm sorry.
You're right. It's literally just advertising because all we've done for the last 10 minutes is talk about Dick's Sporting Goods. So it's working.
I'm not going to talk about Dick's anymore on this podcast.
Go to Dicks.com and you can see a picture of the card.
Oh, no. I don't know if that's the URL. Careful.
That was a joke.
If you do that, please clear your browsing history. I do not know what's at that URL. And I'm not going to check it.
The Paul Skenes card.
Honey, I was just trying to find the Paul Skenes card.
Oh, my goodness. All right, let's wrap this episode up. Holy cow. Josh, do you have a card from the vault to get us away from talking about Dick's? Or do you have a crazy stat to wrap things up?
I don't even have a camera that works.
Well, guys, if you've made it through this disaster of an episode, please like, subscribe, leave all kinds of comments.
Just because you feel sorry for us, not because you like us.
Yes, please.
Come in and buy Panini Encore so Josh can get a new camera.
There you go.
Yes,
there you
please.
go. All right. No crazy stat, no card from the vault. We're just end this episode.
Let me say one thing. I went to Nerdfest. I went to Nerdfest on Saturday.
I feel like we're a Nerdfest right now.
Sold a few nerdy things. It was cool. It was fun. Supported the show. Guy walks up to me, says, "Do y'all buy expensive cards?" I said, "Sure. What do you got?" Just random. Never met me before. He said, "I have a really expensive Tom Brady card." And I was like, this is weird. There were no sports cards at Nerdfest. So I'm like, wow, I'm the one person he asked. And so he said, I have it out in the car. I said, yeah, go get it. Let me see it. It's a really expensive, low numbered redemption Tom Brady auto from 2000. But it's like potentially like $20,000 or $30,000, I think. And so I told him, you ought to probably have like Golden or someone run that for you. If not, we could put it on our eBay page and just put a big number on it and field some offers maybe. Then he said, I also have these two, and they were the 2000 Upper Deck Tom Brady rookie cards. And so those are like $400 rookie cards. So we made a deal on both of those. So I don't have them here to show you. And even if I did, my camera's not working because I'll probably have to restart my computer. But I went to Nerdfest and picked up 2 Tom Brady rookie cards. Isn't that's kind of a crazy stat of itself right there.
That is. Well, Josh, thanks for joining us. I know that you were pinned behind the counter today, but glad you can join us. Jacob, again, thanks for helping produce. And guys, thanks for being here. And we will see you guys next week.
Come see us. Bye.